Today we're going to count down the best rides at Laguna Waterpark. So starting off our video with one hysterical adventure, we've got Constrictor Super Bowl slides and a little tip for you guys before you even get onto a slide. If it is A, named after a snake, or B, has a toilet bowl section, it is going to be intense. And with this one right here, having both A and B on the same slide, you know it is going to be very, very intense. Even so, if you think you're brave enough to take on this adventure, well then hold on tight, because once you've boarded your 1 or 2 person raft, and we suggest for this adventure only to go on the 1, but we'll get into that later on, you'll experience many twists and turns, a mini constrictor element, which is basically a wider tube, but it throws you off a little bit, all before shooting down into the giant toilet bowl, where you will spin around and around and around before then coming down backwards sometimes. And that is the reason why we would suggest going down on your own, because even though on the slide it is not as fun when you go down backwards, it totally makes up for it. I get it though, it does make sense to go down backwards, but wouldn't it have been fun to share all of those reactions as you made its way around the course? Well, if that is the case, then look no further than our next attraction, Manta water slide. As for starters, someone will always be going down backwards, with this being in a dinghy, but with it also being in a circular dinghy, you will be facing inwards to one another. And even though it doesn't seem too bad, if you're screaming throughout the entire loud, including whatever that thing is, it's a bit like a gravity section where you kind of rock and spin, I don't know what it is. Amongst that giant wall section, or should I say mouth section, with all of those sharp teeth at the top that you will rock back and forth on. And to be honest, I think it will be harder not to scream. Everybody can see your reactions. And trust me when I say from experience, those memories will never be forgotten. We've ridden on our own, we've possibly ridden in a pair, and now we have shared our screams with up to 3 other people. What are we missing? Oh yes, being able to turn those friends into enemies, frenemies, for a racer side like this. This is Mad Racer, and even though it's only got 2 lanes, trust me when I say the layout most definitely makes up for it. With once you've grabbed your mat, yes, on this adventure, you will not be sitting on a dinghy or even on your bottom, but in fact lying flat on a mat on your front. So no lifeguard will be telling you off this time for going down forwards, when you then make your way through many twists and turns and some awesome transparent sections before you then drop out the end, see if you're winning or losing before you then cross the finish line. The only question is though, are you a mad racer or a more casual and relaxing one? It is now time to make our way to the top of the tower, which means only one thing: the slides are about to become very, very crazy. And this side right here, arguably in many parks, would be the most crazy side. As once you have walked up those eternity of stairs, I mean just look how high you are. The views are amazing, but you're very high. You will then enter into a tube like any other slide, but unlike the other side, instead of twisting and turning, you're just free fall to the bottom. And if that, amongst all of the water in your face, is not the scariest attraction at the park, then I don't know what is. Maybe our next attraction, the loop, which once again is at the top of the tower, so you've got a long way down, but instead of beginning this adventure by entering into a tube, you'll kind of stand in the middle of a tube, cross your arms waiting for what feels like a lot longer time than it actually is, before that door underneath you, yeah, the trapdoor one, will drop, leaving you shooting through a transparent tube, going round a few loops before then coming out of the bottom. Wow, that truly is insane. Thank you all for watching, bye bye.